Coming up now on 7:39, it is time for Wingin It Wednesday. Every Wednesday we have our panelists joining us in studio. We've got, of course, Warren Cottle. He joins us here today. We've got Mike Stagg. And, of course, Carol Ross. Everybody in studio. They're in their places this morning. Shall I say the bright, shiny faces?
Yes.
Well, good morning.
Hello. How is everyone?
Good. Fine.
Good.
My face is not shiny this morning. I washed it before I came.
Oh, that was always good. Bathing is fun. Warren, you okay, buddy?
If you stay outside long enough, it'll glisten.
Yeah, don't be out there too long today, huh? That sun, man. Whew.
Yeah.
It's vicious. All right, so 3 different topics to cover this morning. Want to talk about mental health issues, mental health across the country, mental health issues and dealing with those issues in Louisiana. I left it open-ended for a reason, because everybody may have a different opinion, a different take on what they think about it. I'll begin this morning with Mike Stagg, and then we'll go from there. Mike, what do you think about this issue?
Well, gee, what brought this up, you know? I think we definitely have a mental health problem in this country. We have a mental health problem in Louisiana. We have a mental health problem in the South. A lot of it is called white disempowerment rage. This guy who did this shooting at the Grand Theater is a product of this. If you look at what he believed, everything he believes is mainstream conservative thought. He hates liberals. He's opposed to equal rights for women. He's opposed to equal rights for blacks. He's opposed to equal rights for LGBTs. He hates President Obama. This man is a product of this culture. He is a product of the selling of hate as a political agenda. And for Ted Nugent and Alan West to come down here and pose at the theater and not say anything about the victims, I think they came to pay homage to their colleague, their delusional follower. I'm telling you, this is how I see it. I'm entitled to my opinion, and this is how it plays out. And this is the product of a systematic approach to selling hate, and some of it for profit.
All right, thank you for your thoughts. Warren, your thoughts.
Well, the problem, mental health issues and such stuff, one of the big problems is that going back to the 1960s, I believe it was, that the big movement was underway to deinstitutionalize insane people and to mainstream them as many as possible. And so the mental institutions where they were just locked up, they were horrible conditions, I think, of what I heard. And so anyway, you wound up with all these people on the street. So they, some function in society certain ways, some don't. I mean, my God, look at what, we've had mentally ill people. You had Hitler was mentally ill. Joe Stalin was mentally ill. Most people will tell you that Lyndon Johnson was mentally ill. Richard Nixon was probably mentally ill. Just wonder if they're going to have a mental illness a criteria about serving in public office or running for election. And the insane people do horrible acts. I talked to someone the other day who was said that the people in San Francisco believe that this mentally ill person was prodded into doing this act so that the media would all focus on the governor of Louisiana and give him favorable press, which he's gotten, and bring him over 1% in the polls. And I said, not even Governor Jindal could have dreamed up that. But anyway, it is a horrible thing, and I don't know what the answer is to it. Nobody does. But I mean, God knows we got enough mentally ill people running around.
Carol, your turn.
Let's take this away from racist screeds and scooping up just everybody in the world into some pathology. I don't believe this gentleman targeted race. I don't believe there were any blacks who were shot that night. He may have had some ramblings that were a sample and a representative of his illness, his mental illness. But many of these other shooters, they don't have a political agenda, or if they did, They were on the other side, on the liberal side. In fact, that was
Name one. Name one.
Lanza and the Aurora
Name
shooter
one.
they had, and the Gillibrand shooter, the one who shot Kristen Gillibrand. He was not by any means a right-wing racist. So
Kristen
these
Gillibrand?
are people. I did not interrupt you.
Kristen Gillibrand didn't get shot.
Okay, let her finish. Go ahead.
Oh, what is she recovering from? What's that head wound she's recovering from?
You got the name wrong.
Oh, well, maybe I did. Whoever it was. It wasn't?
Just some liberal, right?
Okay, you ready?
You
Go
wanna start
ahead.
my time?
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you.
Start over.
It's really a sad situation. There is a problem with not institutionalizing people who should be institutionalized. Yes, years ago it probably went too far the other way, but now we have a problem. So many of the homeless people on the street now are either drug-induced mental issues or just plain physical mental issues. This National Instant Criminal Background Check System, which was beefed up in 2013 and was supposed to handle these things, but those persons disqualified from this, they cannot receive firearms, or individuals classified as, under federal speak, mental health prohibited. But it doesn't go far enough because HIPAA actually prevents, the HIPAA law actually prevents, they have a privacy rule. So you can only go so far with these background checks, and that's why a lot of these people get slipped through the cracks. So Health and Human Services nationally has said that they are going to modify the HIPAA privacy rule to permit the disclosure of individuals' mental health records. But beyond that, his family knew. People know individuals who have these mental health problems, and they should have, I think, taken it more onto themselves to get him either incarcerated or institutionalized to prevent these kinds of things happening. And it's really almost impossible for law enforcement to figure out who all of these people are in the country. There are people who are mentally challenged or have serious mental issues who need to be found and need to be treated, and quite often that starts with family members or those who know them.
All right, to the phone lines. All right, you're up first. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'd like to comment on, I guess, Mike Bragg is a little Democrat there. There is people insane in this town, and he's one of them. Second of all, his argument that conservatives are against women's rights, he insinuated that. I'd like to remind him that as liberal Democrats, we threw a woman under the bus who runs president in favor of a man. If there's anybody anti-women, it's liberals and Democrats.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go to the next call. Caller, you're up. Go ahead. Yep, caller, you're on. Go ahead.
Yes, what many people don't realize, Louisiana is very unique in that the coroner is charged with providing involuntary mental health evaluation. And the problem statewide is that there's no place to put these individuals when they are found to be a threat to themselves or
there's
others.
no beds.
And sorry, it was Gabby Gifford. Sorry about that. It wasn't Kristen Gillibrand. But
Statewide.
But I think all the coroner's offices are underfunded. Would you agree?
Well, not only are they underfunded, but they have no resources at their disposal.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Coroners are funded locally. The problem in Louisiana is that the General Administration has cut funding for mental health, stripped the public beds that people could have been sent to.
Okay, we'll go to the phone lines. Your next caller. Go ahead.
Good morning. The definition of insanity is making the same mistakes over and over. Well, that's the Republicans and the Democrats. They re-elect people like Bush and Obama, and they sit there, like y'all do in the morning, and argue with each other and point fingers back and forth. Some of us are independent voters. We never joined those two parties. Y'all are the problem. So who's insane? Who keeps re-electing Bush and Obama? Think about it. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Who refuses to pass gun control?
Not me.
All right, coming up now on 7:48, we shall continue with Wingin It Wednesday all the way. Our telephone number 232-1542, 232-1542.